what are the differences between Islam and Judaism belief-wise? Well, the biggest difference between the two is the fact that the Jewish people believe in the Holy Torah and the written and the oral Torah. And this written in the Holy Torah says that everyone can go to heaven as long as they follow the Torah and fulfill their goal. A Jew fulfills his purpose by following the laws of the Jews, the 613 laws, whichever one of those are relevant to him, and the Gentiles, regardless of which part of the world they're from, whether they're from the Middle East or they're from Europe or wherever they are, they're considered Gentiles or Noahides. Now, they have the 7 Noahide laws. If they follow the 7 Noahide laws and also the ethical laws, then they also can go to heaven. It's different heavens, but nonetheless, everybody can go to heaven if they follow the Torah. Whoever doesn't follow the Torah, whether he's Jew or Gentile, doesn't go to heaven, but rather goes to a horrible, horrible place, either Kafakela or Gehenom, or gets reincarnated in different things, different creatures, different creations, and so on and so forth. Now, point is that the Torah tells us that everyone has an opportunity to be righteous and get rewarded for it. Everyone has an opportunity to be wicked and get punished for it. There's no special favors here. In the Quran, on the other hand, the Quran does not believe that. The Quran believes that unless you are a Muslim, you cannot go to heaven. And in fact, part of what the Quran's teaching is that it's good to kill Jews. As it has multiple places that are taught on a regular basis that the Jew will be hiding behind the tree or behind the rock, and the rock is going to say, Muslim, Muslim, come, the Yahud is here, come, and they kill the Jews. That's in essence that's what Islam teaches. Islam teaches hate. Islam teaches hate. So, and Islam does not, even though they pretend to be accepting of everyone, and they say, Musa, peace be upon him, and then they even, that's Moshe Rabbeinu, and they say even Jesus, they say peace be upon him, we say Yimach Shemo. In reality, they pretend like they're friends of the Christians, but in reality, the biggest enemies of the Christians throughout all of history has been the Muslims. There's endless amount of battles between the two nations of how the Muslims, the Ishmaelim, used to massacre the Christians, even to this day, where they chop off their heads, hang them, and do all types of things to them because they also believe that they're idolaters. But we believe they're idolaters also, but we don't kill them. We have no interest in killing them. But the point is that the cunning nature of Ishmael, like the serpent, is to pretend that they are nice and then chop off heads. That's what they teach. That's what the Quran teaches. Quran teaches that chopping off heads is good. In fact, the Torah in Judaism says, Midvar sheker tirchak. From a thing of lies, stay away from. Not only not allowed to lie, you're not even allowed to get close to a lie. The Quran, on the other hand, says you're allowed to lie. You're allowed to lie. If it's for the sake of convincing somebody to do this or convincing somebody to do that, all types of other mumbo jumbo that they create. Point is that although the Quran says that it's it believes in the Torah, they don't agree that the Torah that we have is the real Torah. That's why you're never going to see any major debate between Jewish scholars and Islamic scholars throughout history. You're not going to see it. You may see some yo-yos on YouTube today. I'm talking about real scholars throughout history. You're never going to see the debate between them. Why? Because in order to have a debate between two parties, there has to be postulates. There has to be things that we agree on. There has to be things that we have there's things that are not up for debate. For example, everyone knows that Christianity claims that although the Torah is true, they believe that the New Testament is a continuation. That's why they have the they believe that there's a new, the Yoshke stuff and all the Jesus stuff and what have. Okay, now, the thing is though, once they say that they believe that the Torah is real, and they just have a continuation, that by default means that the Torah and the New Testament can be real. That's one possibility. 2, the Torah is real and the New Testament is fake. That's a second possibility. And a third possibility is that it's 100% impossible for the New Testament to be real and the Torah to be fake. Why? Because again, once the Christians say that their New Testament is a continuation of our Torah, our written Torah, that means that they agree to every single word that's in the Torah. Which means that day before Christianity was created, the only thing that was true is the Torah. So that means that the only truth that existed before the New Testament, they agree themselves is the Torah. Which means that it's not possible for the Torah to be fake and the New Testament real. It's not possible. So that's, in essence, that's considered a postulate. That's considered something that every Jewish scholar and Christian scholar already have as a common denominator, that they know that these are rules. With Islam, you don't have those rules. Why? Because they say, yes, we believe in the Torah, but not your Torah. We believe that you change things. We believe you change things. For example, one of the things they believe, that Islam believes, is that Avraham, when the Akedah of nearly sacrificing his son, they believe that the Jewish people changed. Instead of it being Yitzchak, they believe it was Ishmael. That Avraham was supposed to sacrifice, or nearly sacrificed, Ishmael, his son Ishmael, and not his son Yitzchak, like the Torah says. Now, this is obviously ridiculous, but the other things that they build on that, why do they say it's so significant? Why do they make it? Because one of their towers of straw that they build on that is that because Avraham, they say peace be upon him, and to show respect, and Ishmael, peace be upon him, because they were so holy, they went and they built the Al-Aqsa. They built that cube over there. They went, and obviously this is all complete nonsense. They didn't build any cube, they didn't build any of that stuff. But again, the house of straws that they have has to come from somewhere. Now, only between us, few thousand people that are in this live shiur, only between us, there's a joke inside Jewish circles that we say one of the things we learn from Avraham, aside from all the wonderful things that we learn from him, is that don't ask any questions when God tells you ask you to do something. Why? Because look, when God asked Avraham, go and sacrifice your son. What did Avraham do? Avraham says, which son? Hashem says, your only son. Avraham said, no, I have two sons. I have Ishmael and I have Yitzchak. And then Hashem said, the son you love. And Avraham said, I love both of them. And Hashem says, Yitzchak. So what's the problem here? The Jewish people today are saying, look, if Avraham wouldn't have asked any questions, he would have just simply said, what do you want me to do, Hashem? You want me to what? Slaughter one of my sons? Fine. Ishmael, come over here. Okay, great. Why? If you would have done that, we wouldn't have had any problems. We wouldn't have all the things we have in the last couple of days. We wouldn't have all of the things in Egypt. Our life would have been much more wonderful. Don't ask Hashem questions. Just do what He says. Na'aseh v'nishma. So, you got yourself a biblical joke.